Dobbs Corner, everybody. Today, I am sitting here with the one, the only Ian Schick. Ian, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing fantastic, Dom.
Awesome. And of course, this is the show. I'm doing very well, thank you, sir. And of course, this is the show where we talk about entertainment and life, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing that today. So I am happy that everybody was able to make it here. So thank you for joining today. We have some fun stuff to talk about. We did actually manage to get some news in before the show started today, so that's thank God for that. Of course, we're lagging like crazy here, so I apologize to the audience, but that should slow down here real soon. So now...
Get fucked.
Yeah, really. It's like, can't do a fucking show without lagging, but it's true. It's like, it'll work just fine before we start, and then we start, and then it lags. It's the shittiest thing in the world.
One day we'll have it fixed.
One day we're gonna have a beast-ass machine to use, and then that won't happen anymore.
One day we'll both have good mics. Not mics, good cameras.
Yes, that too. So we're gonna talk, just, do what we do, talk some shit. And I gotta tell you, I was listening to real quick though, hit that like button below, everybody, and subscribe to the channel, and leave some feedback in the comment section. Share this with your friends, do all that. That is first and foremost one of the most important things you can do. So make sure that all gets done if you like the content here, especially. So thank you for tuning in again. But yeah, so we're just gonna talk some shit, and it's what we do here, and yeah, it should be fun. Ian's gonna make some faces at me, and that's gonna be the show. Love you, sir.
I love you.
So
I said all of you, but I love you.
All of you. I don't like olives. You like olives?
No, you can have all my olives.
I don't know if that was a sex thing or what you were trying to get to.
That was a reference to How I Met Your Mother.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Was that the first episode? Because at the end he what is it that Marshall says he doesn't like? He tells Lily he doesn't like something.
He says, Lily, that's the second episode. He's like, Lily, I don't like olives.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that.
No, he likes olives.
Oh,
Barney calls him out in the taxi cab.
And Lily hates olives, but she says she likes olives.
Right. Yeah, because Barney calls him out. He's like, what was it? He's like, I saw you in a bar. Or he named like the exact date and everything that he saw Marshall in a bar. And he was like, yeah, you were eating olives. What up? I thought that was one of the better lines.
I thought you didn't like olives. He was like, I love olives. Okay, you can't tell Lily because we've talked about this.
Yeah, that was a fun episode.
He's like, you have to enjoy things in life.
Yeah, personally, I don't like olives though. I gotta be honest with it. Well, it depends on where I'm getting them.
I used to love olives. Like
I've had like dirty martinis and shit like that, and then those are like fine. Hang on here. Well, I mean, I'm gonna try to fix this lag. It's gonna bug the shit out of me if I don't get rid of it. So. Hang on here 1 second, everybody. Bear with me. I should be able to fix the lag on the video. And if you're listening to this on audio only, you wouldn't care, would you? So,
un momento, por favor.
Which, by the way, guys, not all the shows are on Spotify right now, but they soon will be.
That's what's up.
Actually, no, you know what? By the time you're watching this, I think they'll all be up. So
really,
yeah, they should all be up on Spotify by the time you're watching this.
That is sick.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited.
I like being on Spotify. It's a really good service. I mean, I don't know about I know that like a lot of people, they commute to work and stuff, and
most of their podcast listening is at work, on their way to work,
or at work, depending on what you do.
True.
Some people like to listen to podcasts at work, and they're able to, and then some jobs don't allow people to do that. I am still lagging like a mofo. I don't understand.
Have you seen that Spotify is going to start doing videos?
Yeah. Well, Rogan.
Yep.
Just cut that. Oh, the lag's gone. Awesome.
Awesome.
Rogan just cut that video or cut that deal with Spotify. And so all of his videos are going to go over to Spotify. And
Well, that's just one out of the crowd. I'm sure there's going to be a ton more.
yeah, but the thing is, what's nice for him is it all it's still free on Spotify. So that's the nice thing with the podcasting is like if you move your stuff to Spotify, it's still free.
Whereas if you move music there, it's like 25 for the year.
Well, you could always listen to music free on Spotify, but it's obviously like if you want to choose songs, you know what I mean, without ads and all that.
Oh, wait, you can pick like podcast episodes like without having issues.
Yeah, it's not like you just shuffle. Yeah, like
okay.
Yeah, so like you could go to my thing right now. I don't have a Spotify premium, and I've listened to this show on Spotify. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Okay, so I thought you were talking about it like it's free to put podcasts on Spotify.
No. Because that costs just a little bit of money because you're taking up bandwidth.
Yeah.
So unless they cut you $1 billion deal, unless you're Joe Rogan and you get that kind of money from Spotify.
What I understand, now this is a few years ago that this, like whenever my old band put music on, was going to put music on Spotify, we waited until after I left the band, but we waited until like the beginning of the year because you pay $25 for the year, not for a year, the year. Like as soon as December 31st is up, your deal with Spotify's up essentially. You can't put any more music on.
I see. Yeah, I don't know how that all works. I mean, I know there's like distribution. Like I know like TuneCore is a big one people use for distribution, and
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, that you could use that and put your stuff out on Spotify and Apple and all that. So, but yeah, podcasts are a little trickier. You got to make your own RSS feed, which is tricky. That took me a while to figure out how to do. And then once I figured that out, then I was able to get the podcast onto Spotify. It's a weird thing. They take one feed, and then that's what goes up on everything. I don't know. It's a weird way to distribute, but
I wouldn't have any clue as to how it works.
Yeah, the convenient thing is though, once you upload anything you upload to that feed, it just automatically goes to where you've uploaded your feed, if that makes sense. So it's
kind of
So the RSS feed is like universal to like everywhere you upload the RSS feed. It's a weird, complicated thing, but once you figure that out, it's easy to distribute to places like Spotify and Apple Podcasts actually makes it a little more complicated, but
of course,
yeah. Amazon Music, which this show is also on right now. So
oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, once this airs, all the episodes should be up at that point. Maybe except for this one that you're watching or listening to. So,
is it going to take like a day to get on there?
No, not necessarily. It could. Typically they upload pretty quick. But that's a laziness issue more than anything to get the reason why they're not all up at the moment.
Trust me, I can understand.
Yeah. That's a laziness issue and the issue of just trying to keep up with everything. Did you watch so we got actually a couple things to talk about. Number one, we have a new president. So
actually
we're going to have a new president. I'm sorry.
As of right now, we are going to. It depends on what happens with the Supreme Court.
Of course.
And then if Trump can actually get this stupid thing pushed through.
Right.
Again, I don't want to get too political, but
we won't. But we have a new president-elect, and that is a fact. And
yeah. So it just depends on what happens with the court system, because I know Trump just appointed a new his administration just appointed a new Supreme Court judge. So it depends on if they can change some laws.
Right.
If they change the laws, then everything goes back to what it was a year before, and any voting done by mail has to be able to be counted by the certain time.
I mean, that is
which
what it is.
Yeah, most states changed that because of the whole COVID thing.
Well, I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just that's just quick information for everybody.
Yeah, I'm not getting into that.
That's
I'm not
fine.
going to
I
touch
won't
that
either.
here. All I was going to say is we have a new president-elect, and if things go normally, we will have a new president. So it's a big deal. That was all I was trying to mention. And then,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but anyway. So so that was massive, obviously. The other thing that happened is Alex Trebek is dead.
Rip.
Strangely, within a week of Sean Connery, I know people are putting the memes out there on Facebook, and I'm loving
I
it.
I saw the one with the Sean Connery
Shuck it,
from
Trebek.
SNL saying, yeah, from SNL saying, "I still beat you, Trebek,"
Yeah, that was
or
pretty
some
funny.
shit like that.
Yeah, that's not what your mother said last night. Ha 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 ha. I love those skits. So those are, yeah. So it's interesting, but a very sad passing. It's I'll be real. Like I didn't watch Jeopardy a lot, but it's obviously something that's just kind of been around.
I
Um,
think Jeopardy has definitely affected all of us.
yeah, like I mean, ever since I was born, Alex Trebek hosted Jeopardy. So that was just always kind of a known thing.
And
And
it's definitely weird that he's not there anymore.
yeah, it's gonna be odd. We're gonna flip on Jeopardy and no more Trebek. That'll be very odd. But hey, I mean, look at you look at Bob Barker. I mean, and Drew Carey taking over Price is Right. Yeah, that was weird at first, but it's not like Drew Carey does a bad job at hosting the show. It's all about adaptability, I suppose, when it comes to that.
Yeah. Damn it, I'm trying to find that Trebek meme. Uh, when did he pass? 2 days ago? Yesterday?
Oh, I don't remember. It was a few days back, I think. Now, well, 3, 4 now, I think. So, yeah. So sad news. Sad news. I was gonna ask you though. Did you see any of the Chappelle on Saturday Night Live this weekend?
Oh, I did not pay attention.
It
I did not
was
watch. I don't watch Saturday Night Live usually.
so they did this skit. I don't know how much I should talk about this, just because it's like if I say something wrong about this, it's gonna maybe come. Well, no, not really. I mean, I'm not gonna put it this way. I could talk about the skit. I just can't quote anything from it, or it would sound racist coming out of my mouth. But I could tell you about the premise of the skit, I guess. So, they had so Chappelle gets up there and he gets up on stage. He's like, he talks about, the fact that, COVID-19, the pandemic, obviously a lot of people suffered from unemployment during this time and all that kind of stuff. And so he's like, here's a video about a couple people who, became unemployed, due to the pandemic. And so it's like this skit has like Alec Baldwin and I can't remember who else is sitting there, but they're like, we had to fire you is basically what it is. And this was the part that was funny. So you see Maya Rudolph, and she's like, well, I'm Aunt Jemima. What do you mean you gotta fire me? But when she did it so funny. She's like, but I'm Aunt Jemima. Like everybody broke character. Like they could not keep a straight face. It was hysterical.
You know
It's,
what? I gotta watch this.
yeah, it's pretty
I
funny.
gotta watch this.
Yeah. After the show, we'll watch along together.
I'm about it.
Yeah,
Now, real quick,
yeah.
that meme I was talking about, Sean Connery greeting Alex Trebek in heaven. We meet again, Trebek.
That's awesome. That's awesome. There's like when bad things happen in the world, people make up grade A comedy though. Like there's no doubt about it, and put it all over Facebook.
I just love memes.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I mean, but the sketch, I'm not gonna spoil the whole sketch for you. But I was gonna,
That's fine.
so you get so basically you got. I'll say this because it's all the people that got quote unquote fired due to the pandemic. So you got Aunt Jemima from Aunt Jemima's Syrup in there. You got or Maya Rudolph playing her. You got Keenan Thompson playing Uncle Ben from Uncle Ben's Rice, and then you get
Oh my god. Okay, I'm seeing it already.
yeah, and then you got Pete Davidson as Count Chocula. and then like Dave Chappelle, of course, is in the skit, and he's the Allstate guy.
God damn it.
I will say one line because I thought this was really funny. Like, it's well, never mind. I'm gonna let you watch it after.
Yeah, don't
like
do it.
no, because
But I'm Aunt Jemima.
it's awesome. Like nobody could keep a straight face throughout this entire thing, and it was really good. But what really made the whole thing was like I don't know. It was just the interactions, man. Like they knew that they were like not going to be able to make it through this thing without laughing. So then it almost felt like it became a challenge to try to make each person laugh, even harder. So it was pretty good. And like I don't know if you've ever seen any of Pete Davidson in any other SNL sketch, but the guy could never keep a straight face anyway. So it's like
I'm not.
For a fact they threw him in there because they knew he was gonna break. Like it was so funny.
I still like that sketch or that skit with that we watched yesterday with Will Ferrell and all them, and then he said something. You could hear Will break a second where he just goes,
yeah. No, the Celebrity Jeopardy ones were the best. I'm trying to think of some of my favorite SNL skits, and I mean there's the more cowbell one. I don't know if you ever caught that one. That's one of the classics, obviously.
Obviously it's going to be one of my favorites, but that's just because of the fucking the drum off between Will Ferrell on Jimmy Kimmel, I believe, or is it Conan? I think it's Jimmy Kimmel. But there's a drum off between him and the dude from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, I saw that because they look alike. Yeah.
He's like, well, you know what? You need more cowbell.
Yeah, he comes up with that was a good vid. Another one was the Fallon was in a lot of good ones. The one that you'll never see on YouTube ever again or anywhere is the Robert Goulet Will Ferrell one. Do you know about that one?
No. Why wouldn't I see it?
Will Ferrell dropped the N word in that, and obviously it's too controversial to like replay now. I'm not saying that was funny necessarily within itself, but like the sketch itself was hysterical because he did it a couple times. But he would come up as yeah, that's the one. Oh, you found it. Is that in the dark web or what?
That's on Vimeo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could probably see it there. But that was like one of the classic sketches because it was like Will Ferrell would take like classic songs but sing them as Robert Goulet, but he would do that. It was such an exaggerated Robert Goulet voice.
Who is Robert Goulet?
He's like, you probably wouldn't even know. That's what makes it even funnier. It's the most random ass like singer from like back in the day. Like, cause it's like, it's not like one that was like incredibly popular, but still was popular enough to be like celebrity status, but it's just I don't know. I'm
popular enough to become an SNL skit.
I don't even know what his hit song would be. I got to be honest with you, like Robert Goulet. Like I don't even know what a hit song from Robert Goulet would be. But like you hear the voice, you can hear like old timey singer. And he would drive up in his car and just the way he did you go Robert Goulet. It cracks me up every time you see it. And he's so it's the classic Will Ferrell. He's so serious throughout the whole thing. Like it's unbelievable.
My dad, I've noticed something. My dad and most people from my dad's generation absolutely hate Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot watch Will Ferrell without laughing because of his serious face.
Yeah, except for when you're watching Holmes and Watson. Obviously, that movie was shit.
I have not watched it. I refused to watch it because of how shit I knew it was going to be.
That's the shittiest movie they've done.
A week after it came out, I was still with one of my exes, and she was like, I want to watch it so bad. And my friend comes over and he's like, it was garbage. It was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And he's not hard to please. Like, he's not easy to please, but he's not hard to please. and he loves John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell together. So for him to say it's garbage, it's garbage.
How did they team up and make a garbage flick? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, because
I can tell you right now, it's the theme of this episode.
what?
Netflix sucks.
Well, I'll get into that later. That's a whole other bone to pick. But
I know, but that's honestly one of the problems. Is it was a Netflix film.
no, was it?
And
Was it?
I thought, yeah, it was.
I think it was theatrically released. Like, I thought it was like maybe they bought it afterward, but that was legit. No, that was a legit movie. I'm not saying nothing on Netflix isn't legit, but like I'm saying that was like legitimately a movie. Like, it was not a Netflix exclusive. That was actually a.
Oh, hold on. It was released. Okay, yeah, it was released, and then Netflix refused to buy it.
Refused to buy it. So see, there you go.
It
was not a Netflix movie.
I'm honestly kind of like, because usually Netflix buys like the worst shit they possibly can.
That's true, and I'll get into that in a bit. But the
sorry,
no, it's fine.
Jumping ahead.
Not really. I mean, it's just. I mean, the thing is with John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, though, is like they make fucking hits when they team up. So that's my point. Was it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
see,
Talladega Nights is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
This is why you're gonna hate me.
Why?
You led right into it. I do not really care for Talladega Nights.
You gotta be shitting me.
It's not an awful film, but it's just I don't find it as funny as most people do.
It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
I prefer Step Brothers, hands down.
I disagree. I think Step Brothers was a slight downgrade, but I do enjoy it.
I think it's a world better. But again, I understand why people find Talladega Nights to be so funny. Because I mean, looking at Will Ferrell just straight face say, every morning I wake up and I piss excellence, it's hard not to laugh a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just that, it's just like, I don't know, it's more or less the camaraderie, like, between Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly that's like, but it's camaraderie, but it's like, and they do this in Step Brothers too, but it's like the broken camaraderie, you know? So it's like, they get along, but they really hate each other. it's those stupid thing that they just do, but it works in the movie, like, I don't know.
John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell being put together is always a fantastic pick.
Yeah.
Except for Holmes and Watson, apparently.
I can actually tell you right now why I think Talladega Nights is probably the better film. Hands down.
That's fair.
Sacha Baron Cohen in it. Like, because he really makes a lot of that humor in that movie. As,
I can't even...
Jean Girard or something like that, the gay driver.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of really good humor in that movie.
Isn't Sasha the one that does Borat and everything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Trial Chicago 7 as well. He was just in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the. Yeah, he did. We talked about this.
Did we?
Yeah, we reviewed that movie.
We did.
Yeah.
What character was he?
He was Abby, the comedian.
That's him?
Yeah.
God, dude, he can put on. I didn't even I realized it, but I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just knows how to put on a face. Like, all of his faces are different.
He's a good actor. Like, he's one of these. He transforms into multiple different people, like, really well. It's like
so essentially. So he's not Sasha. He's not actually Sasha. It's just another personality of Christian Bale.
Pretty much. No, he's like one of these guys that, like, I'll tell you, even when he makes like a shit movie, like Dictator, was absolute shit. Like, but
I've not seen that, thank God.
Yeah, well, the problem with Dictator is it was like he tried to make it he was getting sued out of his. I don't blame him because he was getting sued so much from Borat and Bruno at the time. So like when he went to go do Dictator, he tried to make it like the documentary style, but it was like clearly not a documentary. So it was like it came off as an overproduced documentary, but. The thing I'll say is, like, he's still funny in that movie, and he's still, like he transforms into a different character, like, really, seamlessly.
I honestly did not. I did not know he got sued for Borat and
Oh yeah,
Bruno.
they're already trying to sue him for the Borat too.
Oh my
Alrighty,
fucking
it's
god!
like,
This
well,
guy, this guy just loves being sued.
yeah. Well, this time he didn't do anything wrong apparently. Like, because the lawsuit was like, well, there's a point which I found this to be really shitty because there's a point in the movie where he's talking to this Jewish lady and honestly, he made her one of the more pivotal points for the quote unquote narrative that they, always try to put
I
in these
still need to
movies.
watch it.
It's
I still need to watch
super good, man. It's one of the best movies of the year, honestly. 100%, yeah. But he yeah, so he tries to like he makes her like one of the more pivotal points in the movie, and they even dedicated the film to the lady. And the reason
Really?
why is because she died after the movie was done filming. And so
That's
he
sad.
was nice enough to like make her character one of the bigger points in it, right? And so because basically Borat is scared of or doesn't like Jews, right? So like
Pakistan or whatever the fuck he's from.
right.
Kazakhstan, something like that.
So he played a prank on this lady, but he said that she was the only person in this whole movie that he told was a prank to. You know what I mean? Like she was the only one, so she was the only one that actually signed a waiver, and then like this woman's like great granddaughter or whatever came out and tried to sue him for it. It's like, but she was the only one that's like, it's like of course it's the one that was like nice, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it was such bullshit, and he dedicated the movie to her. She's in the credits, like this dedicated to this person, and so the granddaughter comes out and tries to sue him.
You know, being Jewish myself, I probably shouldn't say Jesus.
No. Well, you do,
Sorry.
you, sir.
Sorry, I gotta make jokes.
It's cool. I mean, but yeah, because the whole idea, though, like I said, that lady's part was to make Borat not hate Judaism, So that was kind of the idea of it. But yeah, so he gave her like a really pivotal moment, told her it was a prank, yeah, and everything, and then the stupid granddaughter. Speaking of lawsuits, we were talking about the Johnny Depp suing the son.
Johnny Depp sued his son?
Not his son, the paper. Because they called him a wife beater. We talked about this last week.
Oh, okay. I guess I was kind of like confused.
Not his son. But
I was like, what?
No. But he lost his case, and then we had a conversation about what we would do if we were Warner Brothers. Because now they got the 3 controversies going on for the same fucking movie, which is the Johnny Depp, J.K. Rowling, Ezra Miller, and we talked about like, well, we're going to if we were Warner Brothers, we would let them make an apology, explain themselves, and then give them a second chance, if they were just willing to do that. So here's what we got here. Here's what we got. Let me explain the situation again. We got the screenwriter J.K. Rowling for the Fantastic Beasts 3, who's tweeting transphobic things, but they're just tweets and opinions. So in my opinion, the less innocent here. It's wrong to tweet about these things and to say bad things about transgender and all that kind of stuff. But my point is, she is the less innocent here because so far. No, I'm sorry. I would say the second less innocent because it's just an opinion. We have Ezra Miller, who was caught on video, who I think is the least innocent here, caught on video choking out a woman. And then we have Johnny Depp, who I actually think at this point is the most innocent because he actually hasn't been proven guilty for anything. I agree. He just lost his court case. But which one gets fired? Johnny Depp. So we were completely wrong on this. But this is hysterical to me. Okay, so this is where I'm at with this. And this is going to be tough to talk about because obviously everybody's going to have different opinions on this. But I understand. But here's my point. Number one, they fired this man. Asked him to resign. Whatever. They asked this man, right. It was an ultimatum they gave him. And so they asked this man to resign because of this. And So we have two other people who I'm pretty sure are more innocent than Johnny Depp, or more guilty, I'm sorry, than Johnny Depp at this point. Because they fucking did what they did for sure. You know what I mean? And Johnny Depp at this point has not done what he did for sure. But we have two other people attached to the film that did what they did and what they're being accused of. There's proof. There's evidence. It's out there. There's no way you talk your way out
There's
of
no
these
ifs,
things.
ands, or buts.
Right. And they fire the one that's not. My point is, that's wrong. I'm sorry.
I agree.
You could keep J.K. Rowling. I don't think you should, but I understand why you would. But the
Ezra Miller?
The Ezra Miller thing doesn't make any sense.
I agree with that.
There is no information about this. Like, nobody's talking. Nobody from Warner Brothers or Ezra Miller's team has come out, talked about this, made a statement. Nothing. Johnny Depp gets an article written about him, and he's getting fired. This is the even more fucked up part to me, though. This gets even better. Wait till you hear this. Wait until you hear this. So, Johnny Depp got fired from this movie, or asked to resign. But they are still paying him the same amount of money as if he did do the movie.
Really?
Yes.
Now that makes me kind of wonder, are they keeping parts with him in it?
I doubt it.
I doubt it too, but the fact that they're actually paying him still. So it seems like...
If they were going to pay him part of the salary, then I would say yeah. But the fact that they're paying him the whole thing is really, really odd. Why don't you just put him in it? Just put him in the movie at this point. He's not even been found guilty.
You know what's the funniest thing to me? So since he's been kicked off, all these people are putting out petitions to remove Emma Heard, or whatever the fuck her name is, from everything. And I find it so funny because if she doesn't get removed, you know how many people are at that point are not going to go watch like Aquaman 2?
Well, that's what I say. Warner Brothers has that case going on too on the other end of things with Aquaman 2. It's ridiculous because, yeah, she should be removed too because she has the same allegations against her at this point, right? So remove her too.
So I just looked up who Ezra Miller is to make sure I knew who he was.
Yeah.
Is it really? So him being so flamboyantly gay, is it really a problem that he like defended himself against a woman?
Is he
okay? I'm looking at some pictures of this man, and a lot of his things, he seems very flamboyant. Now he could just be metrosexual. I don't know if he's actually gay, but I just realized who he was.
I don't know much about him. I got to be honest. Like without, I mean,
it makes me
movies.
sad. It makes me sad to see that he's. I could see it. I could see it happening, but it makes me sad to know that he's choked a woman out because I loved him in Perks of Being a Wildflower.
Yeah, he's great in that movie, and he's great. I've said this 100%. If you keep him, I'm okay, but you can't fire other people for doing lesser things.
I agree with that.
Because 1,000%. I'm okay with it because I like his performances. I think he's great. I liked his Flash in Justice League. I didn't like that movie as much, but I thought his portrayal of Flash was good. I didn't
see it.
He's great. Oh, what? You didn't see Justice League?
I'm going to be so honest with you. I hate DC movies so fucking much.
Every DC movie?
I hate all of them.
All right, this is a whole different topic here, but wait, hold
on. Not every single one.
We got a halt.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight.
Wait a minute.
That has a pass.
Dark Knight. Okay, has a pass. Okay.
That one was good.
I'm better with that response, but hold on. We got to halt this whole conversation real quick. I'm serious.
Why?
Because I got to see which ones you hate compared to which ones I hate. All right. So I'm going to run through these, okay? Batman.
Okay.
Batman 89. Tim Burton.
Okay, hold on. Those have passes too. Everything after 2000 besides Batman Begins is all garbage.
Let me run through it. That's bullshit, okay. But let me run through it. Batman, you said it gets a pass. Okay. I think it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Batman Returns, same thing?
What year was that? I can't even think.
I don't know, 91. That was Tim Burton's.
Pass.
Yeah,
Pass.
okay, so that gets a pass. Batman Forever.
We're not including animated in this, are we?
No,
Okay, because all the animated series,
get a
every
pass.
little, yeah, they're
Yeah,
fantastic.
no, I figured you
Is
like the animated stuff.
Batman Forever the live action of Batman? No.
That's the
I know
one with
what
Val
Bat.
Kilmer. The first
Okay,
one, Schumacher
I'll
directed.
pass.
Pass, really? Okay. I didn't like that movie last time I watched it, but I want to
It,
rewatch it. I want to
I
rewatch
haven't
it.
watched it in a long time, but I just remember I enjoyed it.
I want to rewatch it, honestly, because I'm a big Joel Schumacher fan, and ever since he passed away, like, here's the thing, like, I watched that younger, was the last time I watched it. I was much younger. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I've become such a big Schumacher fan as a filmmaker
Is
since that I want to revisit it.
is that one with the Iceman
No.
Penguin?
No.
I
Riddler, Two-Face.
you know what? Not as much of a pass, but still a pass.
Okay, and then Batman or Robin.
Always a pass.
Really?
Robin's my favorite.
That's the worst fucking movie.
It probably is, but Robin's my favorite.
I like Robin in that movie, actually. Believe it or not,
Robin
like
is
the
always
saving
my
grace of
favorite.
that is Chris O'Donnell's Robin. That's the saving grace of that movie. The rest of it's awful.
I'll have to watch it again because it's been like these have been so long. I don't like Batman. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Batman.
I fucking love
The
Batman.
My favorite characters in DC are both Robin and Joker.
All right. We're not through yet, though. Hang on here.
That's fine.
Hang
That's
on.
fine.
Hang on. I'm looking at my DC collection it's sitting right here, so I got to make sure I'm hitting all these. All right, Watchmen.
I couldn't get into it.
Jesus. Did you see?
I'm sure it's good, but it just takes so long to get through.
So you saw the movie? Well, yeah, it's like 3 fucking hours.
Yeah, it. Look,
It's a
the thing
3-hour
about
fucking masterpiece.
the thing about Wolf on Wall Street, there's enough stuff going on throughout the whole movie to where I can keep my like attention. Like the beginning is slow, but after that it picks up so fast and keeps its drive.
What are you talking about with Watchmen? That doesn't make sense. Watchmen gets. It starts with one of the most badass fucking hand-on-hand combat fights I've ever seen. Then a guy gets thrown out a window.
The only scene that I remember from that movie is the very ending where that fucking Adam dude is just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna kill everybody."
Rewatch that movie at some point. You're nuts.
I'll fucking try.
You gotta watch the ultimate cut. It's the best version. So Watchmen and the HBO series is a fantastic follow-up to it.
I actually heard the HBO series was amazing.
It's
I might give
it's
that one a
incredible.
shot.
It's one of the it's some of the best TV out there, honestly. It's so if it was going on for more seasons, I would probably say it could get up there with Game of Thrones, but unfortunately it's not.
I get that DC stands for Detective Comics, but why do you have two primary detective heroes?
I don't know.
I get that it's Detective Comics, but why have I don't remember the dude's name, but the dude with the fucking mask that like with the ink and all that shit. Why have him and Batman?
Mostly because they're in different universes. They're never going to
Are they?
cross over. Yeah, they never.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Watchmen only is a one graphic novel run, pretty much. So they never
Okay.
really cross over. So yeah, Rorschach is like that's
Okay,
why
that makes more sense.
But like, yeah, Watchmen is so its own thing, even in the comic books, because like everything in Watchmen stays in its own canon. Because like Watchmen is one graphic novel, the movie is adapted from that one graphic novel, and then you have the series, which is a follow up that works both for the movie and the comic. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's like, yeah, one of the best comics you'll ever read too. By the way, let's see. We said we weren't going to do animated, so
Animated, all of the animated, every little last bit, even the bad animated, I'll get a pass because I just enjoy the animated series.
Well, it would take too long to go through all of it.
That is very true.
Yeah, because there's some that I'm not huge on in there, but like still, for the most part, they're pretty hot. I mean, they're pretty good.
There's even the worst of the animated series is still better than some of the best of the DC movies in the like late 2000s.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. Let me think. All right, so we did that. So Batman Begins.
Which one is that?
That is the first movie in the Nolan series?
Oh, I thought that was Dark Knight Rises.
No, it's Batman Begins.
That's pass.
Okay. Let's see here. So Dark Knight, you said, yeah.
Pass.
It's one of the best comic book movies of all time, so obviously.
That one's actually fantastic. I like. A lot of people hate the Joker in that one. I actually like the Joker in that one.
In Dark Knight?
Yeah, most fans of like the comic book
Who
series
hates
don't
the
like.
Joker in that?
Most fans of the comic book series think that Joker is the worst.
They're stupid.
I mean,
to each their
I love
own,
my.
but I've never heard that in my life that anybody
I love
hates
my friend
Heath Ledger's
Ethan.
Joker.
I love my friend Ethan, but his opinion on that Joker in that one is trash too. Honestly,
No, I've never heard a single person say that Heath Ledger's Joker's bad in that movie.
I thought Heath Ledger took the Joker, made it his own, and did a great job of it.
Yeah. Dark Knight Rises.
I've not seen. Oh wait, which one is that?
It's the third in the Nolan trilogy.
Bane.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that one. I need
Really?
to. Yeah, that's one I'd actually like to go out of my way to watch.
Yeah, it's awesome. I recommend it.
I thought about quick thing. I thought about doing a cover of a song as Bane. Tom Hardy's Bane specifically. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay. Wonder Woman.
You know, I watched that with you in theaters. I think my only real complaint about that one is the CGI just seems way
the
too.
third act's overwhelming with CGI. I'll give you that.
And like we've seen movies.
The movie's incredible.
We've seen movies that do CGI, and they're like extensive amount of CGI, and it's just way better. And so it's like, why is it that the DC CGI just can't get it right?
I don't know. It's one scene.
I think it's the whole movie that has CGI. All the CGI in that movie, just I could tell it was CGI instantly.
I think it worked up until the third act, honestly.
Wonder Woman gets a half pass. I enjoyed it the one time. I don't think I could watch it again.
Really?
But Wonder Woman has more of a pass.
Man, that's a hot take.
Wonder Woman has more of a pass than any of the other fucking series.
Man of Steel.
Trash.
What?
Garbage. I fucking hate Superman in the first place.
Okay. Yeah, Man of Steel's... I love Man of Steel.
Henry Cavill is the only Superman that gets a pass from me.
What?
Yeah, but that's just because I like Henry Cavill. Outside of that, I fucking hate Superman, and I hate his Superman.
All right. You're not the first person... You're not the only person that doesn't like Man of Steel, so I'm not going to pretend like that's the case, but I love Man of Steel. Batman v Superman.
Trash.
I really enjoy that movie. Not as much as Man of Steel, but I really enjoy it. Suicide Squad.
That is the worst garbage that DC has ever released, and I want them to burn it all down.
I'll give you that.
The only two characters in there that were enjoyable were Margot Robbie and Will Smith. And let's be honest, their characters were the only two characters with real personality. And it's sad because everybody romanticized Harley Quinn and Joker from that movie.
And that
was garbage. Go on. I apologize.
You're fine. Suicide Squad.
Again, trash. Absolute garbage. We just went over that.
Did we? What? I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I meant to say Justice League. you said you didn't see Justice League.
I tried to watch it. I hated it. Garbage.
Okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
Fucking hated it.
I'll give you that.
I like the fact that Superman was going to go a little evil in that though.
So far, Ian, just so you know, and we're not done. You've named 3 that are trash out of all of them. That I
said late 2000s.
You said all DC.
I said all DC past late 2000.
Okay, Aquaman.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Absolute garbage, and it's sad because I really do love that actor. I can't think of his name for life.
Jason Momoa. That movie was awesome.
I love that actor, insane. And I feel like he gave that character some personality, but I fucking hate that movie.
What didn't you like about the movie?
I tried watching it and I couldn't keep with it. I mean, like, here's the sad thing: I will watch things all the way through, even if I don't like it. I couldn't finish it. I got through the beginning and I was like, can't finish. I don't even remember anything from it.
That movie's at least entertaining. I mean, it's busy. There's stuff going on throughout it. I don't understand.
Garbage.
Okay. So 4 there, trash. To you.
It's better than Suicide Squad, and
Shazam.
I haven't given that one a chance yet.
Okay.
I'm willing to give that one a chance because I love Shazam.
I'm gonna bet you're gonna love this movie because it's my favorite of
I
the DCEU so far.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I bet that I'm gonna love that one.
Yeah.
But again, Billy Batson, Shazam,
Yeah.
fantastic characters. Though the trailers probably spoiled more for me than what I wanted it to, but the trailers show that Billy Batson and Shazam both still have that same humor that he's supposed to have.
Of the DCEU, it's the best one for sure. Like that exists in that universe. I won't lie to you. Birds of Prey.
I refuse to watch it.
You shouldn't.
I refuse to watch it. I'm sorry.
Why?
Again, I like Margot Robbie, but
Yeah.
I feel like the fan base has ruined that shit for me. I am definitely the type of person where fan base is ruined.
Well, you should watch this movie because it's a step up from Suicide Squad. Massively.
Only because you said I should. I will watch that one.
Well,
I refuse to watch
take it from
Aquaman.
somebody who's not a big fan of Suicide Squad, and this is like a step up from that. I'm not saying it's amazing.
That's not promising at all.
It's not amazing, but it's a step up like big time. It's still a good movie. It's a fun watch. Here's
how I am. So I'm definitely a Marvel Cinematic Universe guy.
Yeah.
When it comes to their animations, I feel like DC destroys their animations.
Oh yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And I love Spider-Man and I love all the Spider-Man animations, but I feel like the DC ones are way better.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot because Spider-Man's my absolute favorite superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude. Look what I got for my dog.
That's pretty sick. That's sick.
I got it for $3.
That's sick. All right. Let me think. Okay, let's go back though. Superman.
Or which one are we talking about?
The original. Richard Donner. Or Christopher Reeve played him, but Richard Donner's movie. Yeah.
Garbage. I watched it a bunch as a kid. And I went back and watched it, and I realized I fucking hate that movie.
You're nuts. Superman
Again,
2.
I hate Superman.
Superman 2.
Garbage.
Did you see the Donner cut?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not even going to go back and watch it, even if you tell me to. I hate Superman.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
If you don't like it, you don't like it.
I hate Superman. He is the worst superhero.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you to watch Shazam and Birds of Prey because I think you'll enjoy them. But
I will definitely watch Shazam.
Well,
I'll give Birds of Prey a chance.
Give Birds of Prey a chance, yeah. Well, Shazam I think you'll like better, for sure. And I like... Shazam's like the guarantee. I'll put the guarantee on Shazam. But
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to like Shazam.
Yeah.
I know it. I mean, I just know it because I love Shazam.
It is so well done.
He's not my favorite character, but he's up there.
Yeah. You'll like the movie. I mean, I don't know. And then one more DC movie, Joker, which we've talked about. I know you love that movie.
I absolutely love that movie. That movie is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But again, I like Joker.
Yeah.
I like Joker portrayed by Heath Ledger, and I like Joker. Hold on. I misphrased that. I like Joker played by Heath Ledger.
You love Joaquin.
I absolutely love Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. That is the best Joker they've done to date. And that's saying a lot because I've always said that the best Joker has always been Mark Hamill, and he's just a voice actor.
Yeah. That movie's not like...
here's Mark Hamill, here's everybody else, and then here's Joaquin Phoenix.
Right.
Just that small bar above, only because he was live action.
That's not just one of the best comic book movies of all time, though. It's one of the best movies of all time. Like, it
is the best movie of 2019.
Yeah.
Hands down. It is probably the best movie to end off the teens of.
Right, it's the best movie of the decade, I would say. That's genuinely how I feel about it. Like, it's that good.
I honestly agree with you, and there's a lot of fucking good movies from the teens.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but how can I think Scott Pilgrim when was that one filmed? 2010?
It was, yeah, probably.
If it wasn't 2010, then Scott Pilgrim's like one of the best of like the 2000s. That's just me though, but that's because I love Michael Cera. I love Scott Pilgrim. So I mean, like that movie in itself is phenomenal.
That would
But
be a harder decade to pinpoint because, like, to me, because like that was like the new technology was just getting there, so it's like everybody was making shit with it and like trying to
oh
figure it
yeah,
out. I mean, I'd probably say The Departed, maybe in that decade.
I'd have to watch it again. I don't remember what Departed is at this point.
That might be the best one of that decade, but I might be sorely mistaken too on that. Like there might be one that I'm
Scott
not thinking
Pilgrim,
of.
2010,
Yeah.
literally just missed the mark to be the best movie of the decade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think of that decade. What would be the best movie? I'm looking at the collection back here and trying to figure it out.
Edgar
Um,
Wright, I am so sorry. I love Scott Pilgrim and I love Baby Driver, but Joker's just it tops it.
it destroyed, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
and Baby Driver is one of my all-time favorites.
Baby Driver's great. Yeah. Um,
I liked that movie so much that I bought it on 4K the very next day after I watched it. Now, granted, I'm sorry again, Edgar Wright. I illegally watched it, as I do with most things before I decide to buy it.
um, we have. Let's see.
That's not me promoting you watching things illegally. Just so you know, guys that are watching this, don't fucking don't watch things illegally. Try to watch them properly.
Yeah, we don't endorse that here. Oh fuck, man. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say Departed.
I'll have to watch Departed again. Which one was that?
Is so Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon. It's a Martin Scorsese movie, but it's Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson. So Jack Nicholson. Um, so Matt Damon works for the mafia, but he's a cop. But Leonardo DiCaprio is a cop, but goes
Oh,
undercover in the mafia. It's like
see,
it's one of the coolest premises
that's
ever.
I have seen it.
Yeah,
Honestly, mob movies are great. Okay, they're great in their own genre. They're a
yeah,
phenomenal thing. I can't get into mob movies, man. I think the only mob movie I've been able to watch all the way through is Scarface.
yeah.
I tried watching.
That is a mob movie kind of, but to me, it's like it's
It's
more
more
it's
gangster.
well, it's more of a cop movie. It feels like more of a cop movie because you spend
Oh,
more time with the
Departed.
police. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
you spend more time
I
with the
think I've
police.
watched that.
Yeah, I would say it's more of
Um,
a cop movie just because of that, but it's kind of hard to tell.
uh,
Uh,
again, I know I watched it. Yeah, it's not memorable for me, unfortunately, and it's not saying that that's a bad film whatsoever. I'm sure that it is a phenomenal film.
it is
It's
phenomenal.
just mob
It's
movies, cop movies.
flawless.
I can't. I really can't get into them. I tried watching Goodfellas, and I like Ray Liotta,
Yeah,
but I was kind of in and out of sleeping through that one. And I bought all of the Godfathers, well, at least two of the Godfathers.
the first two are
Um,
the best.
well, those are the two that I have, and both
Yeah.
on Steelbook because we sold them at FYE for super stupid dirt cheap. Um, I mean, I watched those, but outside of that, I no, I have not watched those. I've watched the ones that I've listed off, other than the Godfathers, and I mean, I can't sit down and actually just get through them. And it's not that they're bad; it's just it's not my style of movie. Again, it's like Watchmen; it just takes so long to get through.
I don't know, man.
There's
It's like a tough thing to like just flat out say it's not my style because like there's so many different styles of mob movie. You know what
I
I'm
wish
saying?
I
Because
Well,
like
here's the thing. I just can't watch any of them. Like, if you were to ask me to watch Scarface again, I probably couldn't do it. Honestly, honest to God,
Godfather is such a different thing, though.
I'll give it a shot. I mean, I own them. I have to give them a shot. But
Godfather's like okay, so Godfather feels like a family drama. Like that's how that feels. There's like little to no action in Godfather, but it's like the
you know
story's
what?
so compelling.
I retract my statement. I think the only mob style of like film I've ever enjoyed is a TV series called Peaky Blinders.
Well, everybody. I haven't watched it, but I know a lot of people love it. Yeah,
It's so good in my opinion.
yeah.
Honestly, I really think it's a fantastic watch.
There's so many. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like,
Killian Murphy just does a great job.
yeah. There's
Is that his name? Cillian Murphy?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
That's yeah, Tom Hardy's in that too.
Tom Hardy does a great job too. I just wish he were in it more than what he is.
Mm,
He's kind of just a side character,
uh-huh.
unfortunately.
Tom Hardy and
Not to
Bronson.
spoil it.
Tom Hardy and Bronson. That movie's amazing. If you've never seen it, Bronson's
Bron-
like
I've never
awesome.
seen
It's
Bronson.
fucking awesome. Yeah, he kills it in that movie. That's very close. It's not there, maybe not even quite there, but like in terms of like the performance, that's very very close to what Joaquin managed to do in Joker. Like in terms of the performance, it's
Okay.
pretty like he in terms of like how deep he goes. It's close. It's a good movie too, but like it.
Send me that. Was that in your recommended?
Yeah, I think it was in the recommended.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah, I put down both of my favorite Nicholas Winding Refn movies, which was Bronson and Drive. Yeah, they're both great.
Is Drive the one with Ryan Gosling?
Yeah,
I tried watching that
you're
one.
insane. That's a fucking masterpiece. You are insane, sir.
You and my friend Wade Dietzen both agree on that, and I
That
just
is the fucking masterpiece. Are you nuts?
Wade. Honestly, Wade would probably kiss you for saying that because so many people that Wade knows do not like that movie.
It's okay. It's not Joker, but that is one of the best of the decade. 100%.
I liked the premise behind that movie. I couldn't get into it.
That might be like it might be like Joker, then that movie are like the best of the decade. Honestly, that's how high I fucking hold that movie.
That's I will let you have that. As much as I regret to say that, I will let you have
What
that.
did you hate about Drive? You got to explain this to me, Ian. I'm trying to
I
get
will
to the
say
bottom.
it again.
It's all
I
subjective.
just didn't get into it.
You can't just knock it into it.
Yes, I can. Because clearly I did. I tried watching it. I couldn't get into it. It's just not something that I
What
was able
bothered
to
you
like.
about it? There had to be something that bothered you.
Nothing. It's kind of bored of it.
Bored.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah. I just couldn't keep watching. It like again, I'll watch things all the way through that I don't like. But if I'm too bored to watch a movie, and if I keep passing out before I can finish the movie, it's just like there's no way I'm gonna do the movie.
You're insane, sir. You're insane on Drive. I'm sorry. You are insane when it comes to Drive.
I will try it again. I will try it again just for you. That one I will try again.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, man, I'm cool with people not liking movies. I genuinely am. Like, I'm not like bitching. I genuinely like I'm the guy, like all film is subjective. It really is. So if you don't like something, you don't like something. But like the fact that you didn't enjoy Drive, you are insane, sir. You know what I mean? It's like
Again, I like the premise behind the idea. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
That's just me. Now, am I willing to give it another shot? Absolutely. I love Ryan Gosling,
genuinely should.
but I'm
Oh,
not willing
boy.
to give Aquaman another shot either.
I didn't ask you to give Aquaman another shot.
Yeah, I know, but I want people to know that are watching this. I'm never watching Aquaman.
Aquaman, I don't hold to be a masterpiece. I just think it's a lot of fun.
I would never hold a single DC movie a masterpiece except for Joker.
Yeah. Dark Knight's close. I don't know. It's not as flawless as Joker.
Dark Knight is great.
It's close.
It's not close. I apologize.
Well,
I know
you're
that.
probably right about that. No. You are right about that. Like Dark Knight's not close to
It's
Joker.
not close
You're
in
right.
any way.
You are correct.
It's a great movie, but it's not a masterpiece by any means. It's not a phenomenal film for me personally. Now Joker, I felt like hit every single point it needed to. It hit all angles correctly.
It's flawless.
I mean, the screenwriting was amazing. The direction was amazing. The script was amazing. I mean, all the acting in that was amazing. Everything about that movie, and I'm never gonna say a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Baby Driver is a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
And I will suck that movie's dick all day, every day.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, it's flawless. I really am trying to think of anything in the decade that, other than Drive, that can compete with that, and it's very difficult, man. I mean, it's very difficult.
There's a lot of movies I liked from this decade.
Yeah. It was a pretty good decade, that's for sure. Like, especially like the back half of the decade. Like it got like we started to get some real good movies out of that.
We did,
Like
except for from DC.
Shazam is great. Shazam was great.
I haven't even watched that yet, and I'm going to give that to you.
Yeah, I mean seriously, like if there was one out of the DCEU, I really love Man of Steel as well, but Shazam was the shit, man. Shazam was the absolute shit. And Wonder Woman. I liked Wonder Woman a lot too.
I liked Wonder Woman. I didn't love Wonder Woman. I didn't enjoy Wonder Woman as much as I wanted to.
Mm,
I went in there. I went in there with not the highest hopes whatsoever. I
yeah,
went in there convinced by you to go watch it.
yeah,
Just because you wanted to do something with me, I wanted to do something with you. So I was like, you know what, we'll go watch this movie. I'm cool with that.
yeah.
Uh, it definitely exceeded my expectations, but didn't exceed my um I guess
Yeah,
my general film expectations.
it's interesting. I mean, I do find it to be incredibly rewatchable myself. I think it's a very
Could I watch it
rewatchable
again?
movie.
Yes.
A Wonder
I could
Woman.
watch that one
Yeah.
again. Yeah, I could watch that again. I thought about giving Wonder Woman 82 a chance.
Oh,
I think that's the name. 82?
84,
80.
85, 84. Wonder Woman 84. It's 84. Yeah.
Okay. I thought about giving that a chance. It's rough for me just because like usually the second movie is awful.
That's not true.
Like
Where is the second movie awful?
in most filmography,
Yes.
in most filmography, like I think the only film I can think of that is actually better than the first film is legitimately Spider-Man 2. With the Harry Potter series, the second movie
Chamber of Secrets
held.
is better than first. It's not the best of the series, but it's better than the first.
I think it's the same level as the first.
I disagree.
No. You know what? No. I again, it's been a minute since I watched those.
Yeah.
It is better than the first.
That
is another one that does
Chamber of
better.
Secrets to me is like in my top 4 Harry Potter movies, probably. Like it's that I hold it in that high regard.
You know what's funny? The fourth and third were both my top 1 and 2, and then I watched them so much that I hate them now.
Really, a lot
Yes.
of people hold the third one as their favorite of the series. There's like
that was my absolute favorite.
over
and
time,
then
the third one's become people's favorite. Yeah.
the fourth one was my second favorite because Cedric Diggory is a badass,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually do like Robert Pattinson as his role. I wish
He's
there
a
was
good
more
actor.
to him.
He's a good actor. We shouldn't blame. I think we might have had this discussion before. We should not blame those
About-
Twilight movies on him.
I don't blame the Twilight movies on him. I blame the person who wrote Twilight, and I blame the person who directed Twilight on them
Yeah.
for how bad Twilight is. I mean, because like I've seen some things with Robert Pattinson, and Robert Pattinson just does a great job. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm actually looking forward to the Batman movies with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I think
I'm
that's
really
gonna be the
looking
shit.
forward to it.
I think hands down, we're all gonna love that fucking movie.
Ben Affleck was the most unnatural Batman, and I honestly did not like him as Bruce Wayne.
You're insane. I'll tell you what. Like I figured, if anything, you would love Ben Affleck as Batman.
I like Ben Affleck. I don't like him as Batman.
That's
It doesn't feel right.
interesting.
But I'm also the type of person that's like portray the character as close to they're supposed to be portrayed.
Yeah.
Like make it your own, but make it your own while portraying it within a certain direction.
I have a good segue.
Like,
I have a good.
That's probably why I fucking hate Andrew Garfield. Let's be honest.
I don't know. I have something good to segue into though from that because I actually had a viewer submitted question that I was going to answer here today.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually a perfect way to segue, which is so the question was, since Christian Bale is a method actor, how often do you, the question was, how often do I think he was Batman, and how often do I think he was Bruce Wayne? Was essentially the question, like on set, like off camera, because he's a method actor. So my answer to this is actually kind of complicated because, and I'll say this is going to be my defense for Ben Affleck, is to me, if you're approaching the character correctly, you should always be Batman. Bruce Wayne is the mask. So like,
honestly,
to me,
I agree
Ben
with that.
Affleck actually got that down. Like that was like one of the first actors that got that down. Unfortunately,
I don't agree with that.
I want to hope that that's how Bale approached it, but I just don't feel like that was Bale's approach to the character, because like I feel like the way Bale approached the character was and I'm not saying I hated Christian Bale in those movies. He happens to be my least favorite interpretation of the character. But
Really?
yeah, I don't hate
That
it.
is odd.
I
That
still
is
like it.
odd.
I still like it. I thought it was interesting. It's just not my favorite. It's my least favorite of the portrayals. Not the movies themselves. Dark Knight is still, of Batman movies, it's still my favorite Batman movie. I just,
That's why I find it so odd.
yeah. I mean, I like Michael Keaton's better than his. I liked Ben
I
Affleck's
agree with
better
that
than.
one.
Well, Michael Keaton's my favorite iteration, live action.
Michael
Or
Keaton just does great with everything, though.
yeah, Affleck's my second, and then, well, I'm sorry, Bale's not my least favorite. Clooney is my least favorite. Um,
I agree with that hands down.
Clooney,
I like Ben Affleck more than I like Clooney.
and yeah, exactly.
George Clooney was just not born for that role in any way.
Yeah, that's a whole different situation. But my point, my to answer the question though, like I would hope that Bale would approach it to where he was wanting to be Batman all the time, and then just have Bruce Wayne be the mask. But in my opinion, he didn't approach the character that way. He approached it very, I hate to say it this way, but like black and white to me, like was his approach. It's not bad. It worked for the movies he was doing. So if I had to guess, he was probably Bruce Wayne off camera if he was taking the method route. That would be my
I could
guess.
see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, do you interpret that any differently, or?
No, I mean, I think Christian Bale did better than Ben Affleck, but outside of that, I do believe that he was probably Wayne
Yeah.
outside of like off like on set off camera. He was definitely Wayne.
Yeah.
I feel like before he was filming like parts as Batman,
Yeah.
he was definitely like acting. You know, he probably already had the suit on, but acting like he was putting the suit on. Essentially, like he's getting into the mindset.
Yeah. Let me tell you why it surprises me why you hated Ben or didn't like Ben Affleck's portrayal of the character. Is because even like the people that hate that movie, and there were a lot that hate the Batman v Superman. I think all of them, all came out saying the same thing, which was Ben Affleck killed it, and they were wrong about that because Ben Affleck actually killed it. Or they did that thing where they rewrite history, like I was always in support of Ben Affleck. You know, even if they hated the
No, you can't
movie,
do
like
that.
most people enjoyed Ben Affleck, so that's why it surprises me that you actually hate his portrayal. So
I like it more than George Clooney's.
Clooney, that I don't even know if it's a contest. Clooney was sleeping through that thing, man. He was,
Yeah. Look, you know what? I'll rewrite history here. I was always in support of Ben Affleck.
don't do that.
I'm kidding.
I'd rather you be
No,
honest.
I'll reiterate. I don't like Batman either. I like Batman way more than I like Superman.
Mm,
I think Superman is the worst creation ever. And the reason why is because of how power it's kind of like with anime. It's like Goku is the worst character ever made. Um it's just because they get so much more powerful as time goes. It's
mm.
just like there has to be a limit. There has to be. I'm sorry, but like pass the torch on to somebody else. Like Captain Marvel does a great job passing the torch.
So, do you think you're gonna like Robert Pattinson's because it's like stripped down? It's not so.
I I I honestly think I'm just gonna like Robert Pattinson's just because it's Robert Pattinson.
That's true.
And I think that here's the thing. I don't pay attention to the actors outside of their roles. I that's probably bad on me since I am a movie fanatic in a sense. Um, but I pay attention to the roles they usually play. And there's sometimes where actors redeem themselves. Like Mark I can't think of his name. Other guys.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. I hated Mark Wahlberg for the
Yeah,
longest time.
a lot of people
And
did.
it was primarily just because of Max Payne and The Happening. The Happening is the
Well,
worst
those are
movie
bad
M. Night
movies.
Shyamalan.
You're
Yeah.
right. He went on this funk for a while where he was doing nothing but shit for a good long while. Yeah.
And then other guys came out and I was like, he's doing better. And then I seen him some other things, and I was like, you know what? I can dig some Mark Wahlberg. Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg has my torch.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. Like when you're talking redemption too, as you mentioned, The Happening. M. Night Shyamalan redeemed himself big time. I mean, since then
When
with The Visit and
I haven't seen that, so I can't.
Glass. I mean, Split.
Glass was fantastic. Split was fantastic.
Split
But
and Glass. I mean, I think he's redeemed himself big time.
those are the ones I'll give him. Outside of that, I mean, he hasn't really done anything good since Signs. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Signs is one of the best ones.
I think Signs is directed so well just because it doesn't give you jump scares that are like, oh god damn it, fucking loud noises. In fact, that has such a minimal amount of soundtrack. That's why I like that movie.
Yeah.
It feels so fucking natural to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, the way I feel about Shyamalan's filmography is this pretty much is like this is I mean, Sixth Sense is a masterpiece.
That was ruined for me before I got the chance to watch it, unfortunately.
It's still a good movie. Go back though, because it covers up all its loose ends. You know what I mean? Like,
still a good movie.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. Unbreakable is even better of a masterpiece.
If you haven't watched Sixth Sense, and for some reason you don't know what the ending is, watch Sixth Sense. Don't let anybody ruin it for you. In fact, Dom, don't even say what happens in Sixth Sense. Okay.
I'm not. I was just gonna go through, and then Unbreakable is like a masterpiece, but like an even better one to me. So like he was topping himself there. Signs is like, fuck. I hesitate not to call it a masterpiece. So this
is a masterpiece.
This poor bastard to be like went 3 masterpieces in a row in his early career, and then he had
fucked himself.
Well, Village was. I like Village after rewatch. Like,
it's okay.
I like it. I don't think it's the masterpiece that you thought
it
was.
He fucking
made
a disgrace.
Hold on. You're jumping ahead here, sir.
You're goddamn right I am.
Hang on.
I just realized what he made.
Shush.
Go on.
Hang on here, sir.
Shush.
Let me go through this. You get your turn.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're fine. All right. Lady in the Water was not his best, but I respect the originality in the movie. It's somewhere. I'm mixed on that one. Then he did what were we talking about? Happening. Happening was shit.
Awful.
Last Airbender, which was shit.
Don't you fucking even say it's shit. It's worse than shit. That movie is. It's my Ethan likes to call it the Avatar Bible, and I want to fucking punch him every time he does. Every single time he does.
It's a shit movie.
It is the worst. Look, you know what? That is the worst movie ever created to man. There's been worse movies than that. That is the worst movie ever created to man.
Not a good movie.
By man. It is. I wanna. They mispronounce Aang's name so many times throughout that movie.
Shit movie.
Movie infuriates the fuck out of me. And that is why I hate M. Night Shyamalan. This has been my speech.
You can't hate him for one movie.
No. I hate him for that movie. I honestly
You cannot hate a man for one movie.
I hate him for that movie.
Yeah, but it's not his fault.
I don't care. He should have just stopped it then.
He can't. He's under contract.
I would have burned my contract. I don't even care. That was that is one of my favorite series, and he shit all over it. And I'm scared for Netflix's live action now.
You are taking this so personally. The fact that he made one shit movie.
I am. And I'll admit that he shit with the help of whatever fucking company on Avatar: The Last Airbender.
All right, you gotta chill. It's one movie. All right, so
I hate that movie more than I hate Rose.
Oh boy. Okay, so After Earth is shit as well. That came out after. That was shit as well. Not as shitty as Last Airbender, given, but it was shit. And then he redeemed himself with The Visit. I thought The Visit was great. Great little horror movie. He redeemed himself. Then it was Split, which was even more redemption, because Split is amazing. And then Glass, which is
not John. What is his name?
What are you talking about?
The actor. I can't think. I can never think of his
Oh,
name for the
James
life of me.
McAvoy. James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. I was about to say John Malkovich, but it's not John Malkovich. I
Yeah.
do like John Malkovich, but James McAvoy, he does phenomenal in that movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is, I love Joaquin Phoenix, but that is honestly some of the best acting out of.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the best acting out of someone our age range.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix still has the best acting out of out of like the 2010s, in my opinion.
Yeah, McAvoy can switch in and out of those personalities so quick. It's hard to challenge, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
he. I give him the second best acting of the 2010s.
maybe it's pretty good. It's
No,
pretty good.
I do give him the second best.
It's pretty good.
Um, I I don't know. I just love Joker so much. Now that it is biased that I'm giving Joaquin Phoenix the best acting out of the 2010s just for one role.
I think he's
But
just our yeah, he's the best actor of the generation right now. Like it's just yeah.
yeah, Joaquin. I mean, James McAvoy is just doing fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Um anyway, so yeah, I remember seeing Glass though, and like I was like, holy shit, you made a trilogy that's really, really, really good. And then like
You know what? I apologize. One last interjection about James McAvoy. You know what's
Yeah.
sad is that James McAvoy probably won't ever get a role that uses him that well ever again.
I would hope he does.
I hope he does too, but
But
it's
you
just
might be right.
it seems to be the
because
case.
You might be right because it was like,
That is such a huge role for someone to play.
yeah, yeah. I mean, to me it was like, but anyway. So I walked out of Glass though. I was like, I just saw one of the best trilogies of all time. That was my opinion of it, and still is to this day, because I thought he just ended that shit so well, and it was original, and it wasn't like he didn't like go the comic book route per se, to where it's like we're just gonna like make this a action extravaganza. Like he actually tried to make a good movie, and like then you walk out of Glass, and like everybody shit on that fucking movie, and it was like, what the
They
hell?
did. It's because it didn't go the way they wanted.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it didn't go the way I wanted it.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, hands down, I'm glad because that movie was phenomenal. Like the trilogy was phenomenal. They did a great job with it.
Yeah.
It's just such a good fucking movie.
Given Split and Glass were not as good as Unbreakable, but I still thought like as a whole they were three damn fucking good movies. I mean they really, I think he destroyed, like that to me was like his magnum opus, those three movies together. Like he did it, like
Hands down.
but like but I thought one of the things I thought was cool though was like when they shit on him for that movie, like Shyamalan, it wasn't like they were shit, or when they shit on the movie, it was kind of different from the way they used to shit on Shyamalan's movies, because it was like they were shitting on the movie, but they weren't shitting on him. Like it was kind of one of those weird things where it was like, we didn't like the movie, we were so disappointed, but Shyamalan should still direct because he still like directed the shit out of it. It's just like,
Yeah,
we just didn't like the direction.
We liked the director. We didn't like the direction.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those weird things where it was like, you could tell he put his heart and soul into it, but we just didn't like it.
I loved it. I loved it.
Oh, I loved it too.
I would watch it again.
I was
Hands
like,
down.
yeah, I was like,
all the time.
y'all are fucking nuts, man. Like he made like his magnum opus. It was like,
it's fantastic.
Dude, the ending is like one of the saddest things I've ever seen, but like so powerful too. Of Glass, like it was something.
I love the case of what is it where like somebody's like enthralled by their captivator.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, I love that case of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, he set that up so well in Split too. Like he planted that so well in Split that it was like it was destined to be. Like,
this is gonna be the magnum opus right here.
Yeah, no, it's true. It was like, it was so well done. Like that she was gonna become connected to him like that way. It was like, that was crazy cool. That was super cool. And then like the fact that her and the brother are almost on like, not the brother, I'm sorry, her and Bruce Willis's son are almost on like opposite sides of the thing too. I thought was cool. Like it was just, yeah, it was really, really awesome because what was it? Because she set up, I don't remember the exact connection, because he set up and Split about her sort of damaged childhood, and like there was some connection to the son in that. I can't remember, but it was just really.
Was there?
Yeah, but it was like subtle. They like set it up very subtly because I can't remember. It was something about her
Here's a small
flashbacks
Easter
with the
egg.
deer and everything. Yeah, it was so small, but there was like, okay, when you really analyze it, like they're on the opposite ends of the thing. Like it's kind of cool. Like they're on the same spectrum, but on opposite ends of it, and then they like come together at the end of Glass. It was kind of cool how they did all that. Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, good shit though. Yeah. So Netflix. Let's talk about Netflix once and for all, folks. All right. So here was I had this gripe with Netflix. I wanted to bring this up today. Netflix stinks. That's my gripe. Netflix just stinks. Period.
They've not been making smart choices.
All right. So listen. They raised the prices again.
Did they?
Yes. I think maybe by like $1 or something. I can't remember. For premium members, which I am, because I want my shit in 4K, which I don't think is too much to ask for, because the good shit that's on there, I want to watch it in 4K, right? But you know, all right. So put it this way, like, okay, for every one Irishman and Marriage Story and Roma, we get these like really good movies, Uncut Gems, whatever. We get these like really great Netflix movies right around award season, and then like for every one of those, there's like 5,000 Captain Doodoo Pants Goes to Toilet Turd Town, and I don't want to watch Captain Doodoo Pants Goes to Toilet Turd Town. I want to watch the fucking, I don't know, Departed or something, whatever you can recommend me. But they're
How could you
recommending me
say
all sorts of
something?
shit.
How can you say something so bold yet so brave?
Is that a quote?
That is a quote. Eric Andre.
Eric Andre. Oh yeah. Okay, I know.
Go on.
Yeah, I know who Eric Andre is. But anyway, my point is, yeah, I don't want to watch these fucking movies. I want to watch, like, it's not recommending me shit that's good. And to be fair, The Departed might be on there. But my point is like every time I'm like, I get done watching a good movie, I get recommended some shit after that. Like, yo, you might like this, and then I try to click on that, and it sucks. And I'm gonna tell you why we keep getting this shit over and over and over again, because there are people that do nothing but spend their fucking days
On Netflix.
watching everything new that comes out, and it's garbage, most of it. And they do nothing but that. And Netflix sees a view. They're like, oh, it's getting a lot of views, getting a lot of clicks. That must mean we gotta make more of this shit.
You know what really pisses me off? I didn't realize that's how Netflix worked, and I was really confused as to why this was being suggested to me.
Yeah.
But that means a lot of people were watching Cuties.
Yeah.
Because that kept getting suggested to me, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. I mean, I wish I had my shit on me where I could see the lists, but no, I don't. But either way, my point is like, okay, like what was the movies are getting ridiculous. The TV shows too, by the way. I mean, because they're taking off The Office at the end of the year, so like, there's
okay. I need to get through The Office.
Yeah, it's going in December. It's going on Peacock. Which
I don't know what Peacock is.
Might be it's NBC Universal's service.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Okay. We might. Okay, here's my point. Like, I can't justify this price point anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it anymore.
What is the price point at this point?
I think it's I pay like $17.99 a month for 4K premium service.
They're probably charging so much because they're losing so much, and like, we need to make money.
Well, they're in debt, but like they would make more money if they lowered the prices. Disney Plus is okay. This is my point. Like, Disney Plus right now, I guess this is my overall point. This is the whole thing on the streaming wars right now. Disney Plus is like $6.99, maybe $7.99, maybe $7.99, whatever.
It is $7.99.
Still a hell of a lot better than $17.99 a month.
$10 better.
Yeah,
that's $100. That's $120 that you were saving every year.
Yeah, there's Disney Plus stuff, and trust me, there's a lot of shit on Disney Plus, like shit, a lot of it. But a lot of that shit is nostalgic shit for a lot of people. So
it's shit that I can go back and watch over and over and over again.
But it is so contrasted with quality shit. You got all the Star Wars movies, you got all the Marvel movies, which I expect a Disney Plus to have. But my point is you got like it all on there. Like, so it's such a quality service based on Marvel and Star Wars alone, right? Like, just take that by itself.
And
That
for
is well worth.
$7.99.
That's well worth your price. And the Pixar and the just Disney animated movies. I mean, that there's so much good shit on there. So you get your money's worth out of that. Amazon Prime, you get your money's worth out of. You pay $11.99 a month, and you get some of the newest, best movies on there for free. That's like a fact. Like, it does not take long for something to hit Prime that is actually quality, and that's like worth your watch. It doesn't take long at all. Not to mention the shit that they produce on their own. Half of it gets nominated for fucking Oscars. I mean, or is at least in the prestige, and it's like. So Amazon Studios is just killing it with their original content, and then they have The Boys on there, which is to me one of the best shows of all time.
I need to watch.
And don't get me wrong, I love like Stranger Things and shit on Netflix, but like to me the last season of Stranger Things was 50% garbage. Like it wasn't.
I don't know. I liked the last season.
I think the first two are far superior.
I agree with that
opinion.
statement.
Yeah,
I agree with that statement. But also, we have to wait so long for another season of Stranger Things.
which is no fault of Netflix. Like, I'm not saying that is, because like their production got halted. It would have been out by now, but the production got halted.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it takes so long to release a season.
In general, you're not wrong though, because I think we waited 2 years for season 3 after 2. So yeah,
we did.
You're right.
On top of that, Peaky Blinders just takes so long to release anything too. But Peaky Blinders, that's a little bit different. It's so fucking good, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they don't have good shit, but for like every one Peaky Blinders, you get 5,000 of Beach Bod Boy or some shit. I don't know, whatever you can think of that's garbage on there. You got 5,000 of those things.
I agree.
And they produce them. That's the other problem I have. Is like we get like 10,000 Netflix originals a week.
That's probably why they're fucking going under.
Yeah, they're producing like 10,000 of these things. Like,
all that money adds up.
And the other problem is they don't advertise any of it. The only thing that gets marketed well on Netflix is Stranger Things and The Witcher. It's like the only two shows that get marketed well on Netflix.
The Witcher is so good.
Oh yeah.
I hope Netflix survives long enough for The Witcher to be finished. Smart
move buying Cobra Kai too. That's the other thing on there. That's obviously like
that's
probably the best show they have on here now. But like
The Witcher.
Witcher's competing. The only reason I put Cobra Kai over is because they've had 2 seasons. I'm waiting for season 2 to give a good judgment on the Witcher.
Season 3 is coming out January
of Cobra Kai. Yeah, which is smart.
I'm excited.
Oh, me too. It's
good way to start the year.
It's one of the best shows out there right now, 100%. So like I think that was smart.
I hated the ending of season 2. Well, actually, no. I hated season 2 for the most part. The ending made up for season 2.
Okay. Yeah. Even Hulu though. Let me throw this out there too, because even Hulu is starting to compete with Netflix. Because Hulu just bought Palm Springs, which was a really big hit movie. Earlier in the year, they also had Big Time Adolescence, which people loved. So even their original movies are great. They have Handmaid's Tale, which people, I think, would watch. I haven't seen it, but I know that people love it so much that they would rather watch that than anything else on Netflix. I mean, it's one of those kind of shows. So there's so much shit that they have, on Hulu, and then you get like basically so many different things that you would already get on network channels, and you can get that for $6.99 as long as you're okay with commercials.
Yeah, no, I pay for the premium.
Yeah, they also have, which is fine. Like, it's a fair price point even if you do the premium, because you're looking at $11.99. Mm-hmm. The thing I want to bitch about today is that I don't understand like how Netflix can keep justifying this price point.
They can't.
It's getting
they
ridiculous.
Really can't.
And I know that it's like the pandemic. Everybody's in survival mode right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, don't even get me started. I mean, you got HBO Max, which is still... That's another thing. HBO Max has had problems for sure, and they really need to get on Roku so I can get it. But but it's ridiculous that they're not on Roku. And I can bitch about them, but their price point is far better.
They're on PlayStation.
I can get it on my Xbox, right? I mean, I could still get it technically, and their content is far more quality. HBO Max is coming out with like a new show every week, and like people rave about it. You know what I mean? And they're coming out with like high quality, highly produced movies. It's like they really are. They're killing it, and so I don't understand how Netflix is justifying this price point of this $16.99, $17.99, whatever it is now. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Help me out here, Ian. I mean, what do you genuinely watch on Netflix? Be honest with me.
Uh, Peaky Blinders, Cobra Kai, Sex Ed. Sex Ed is actually really good.
I hear it's good.
I watched the first season of The End of the Fucking World, and I was like, I don't need to watch the second season. The
Yeah,
first
I felt the
season's
same
okay.
way about that. It was like the second season just seemed so pointless after that.
My friend watched the second season and loved it. That's
Yeah.
just him. I just decided not to watch the second season because I
Yeah.
was cool with it where it ended off in the first season.
Yeah, me too. That was
So
a
I
good
mean,
show
like
though.
we have Cobra Kai, The Witcher, Peaky Blinders, Sex
Yeah.
Ed, The End of the Fucking World.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then they get this is the other thing. They get this Dark Crystal series, which everybody was crazy about. Everything I saw of it, I was nuts about, and I'm a huge fan of that franchise and that movie.
You're
So
gonna hate me.
you probably didn't like it, but
I never watched it.
oh, okay. Well, I didn't see the series all the way through, and I'm probably
I
not
mean,
going to now.
I never even watched the movie.
Oh, it's classic. I think you'd enjoy it.
Probably.
It's a really fun movie. I think you'd enjoy it quite a bit, especially like if you're into like fantasy like shit, like Game of Thrones and shit like that. Like you're gonna like it.
That's me.
Yeah, and the show was so highly produced, and it was so like not overly produced, but it was like highly produced, and it was just so good. And then what do? They up and cancel it. They have something quality, and then they up and cancel it after the first season. And
Why?
everybody fucking loved the show. Exactly. What was the other one that was super? I mean, Santa Clarita Diet was stupid as hell, but it was super entertaining while being stupid as hell. They canceled that.
I had never watched it.
It's a funny show. It's just funny at the very least. Timothy Olyphant's in it, so that's all you really need, and he's funny in the show. So you have that, which was entertaining and hysterical. They canceled that shit. And what was the other one from the makers of The End of the Fucking World? They had I Am Not Okay With This. The first season was so good, ended with this massive cliffhanger. What'd they do? They canceled it. There's no
Oh,
season.
that got canceled?
Yes, there's no season 2.
Okay, that was another one I watched. Wow, that pisses me off a
Yeah,
little bit. Not gonna lie to
that
you.
ended with like a huge cliffhanger. So they're like getting rid of this quality shit, and it's irritating me. I'm not saying they don't have quality shit, but
whoever's running Netflix needs to be like removed.
I don't know, man.
Because then they put shit on like Cuties. I'm gonna gripe about that, even though that gripe has like been gone like for the past month. But that they put on shit like Cuties.
Right.
Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Right. I agree, man. They need a new.
And they keep it on.
This is what I'm just saying, man. They need a new head of creative.
They need a lot of new heads.
Yeah.
That Hydra needs to be recycled.
100%, dude. I mean, it's getting really nuts. I meant to circle back into the Johnny Depp news at some point, by the way, which we just got to cut off of on your DC
I'm
thing.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But there's a reason, and we do need to talk about this. This is important. I just hit me because time, but yeah, so let me make sure we get to this real quick.
That's fine.
So Johnny Depp, like I said, so he's getting fired. We're pissed about that not because it's their right to do it, but again, yeah, I mean, but they're looking to recast. So I heard the rumor of Robert Downey Jr., but the most recent thing that was reported by Deadline is that they're going to cast Mads Mikkelsen. He's in talks heavily for this, so I'm
cool with that.
Yeah, me too. I really like Mads Mikkelsen, man, and yeah, I wanted to make sure we mentioned this.
I mean,
because I really like Mads Mikkelsen, and I think
Mads Mikkelsen did fantastic in his role in Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. I mean, you got the. I haven't played the game. I've seen clips.
I know you haven't.
But the Death Stranding. I mean, the villain in Doctor Strange. I mean, he was. I mean, Rogue One, he was great in. I mean, I don't watch the Hannibal show, but everybody loves it. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I was gonna ask what you think about the role, and or would you have preferred if they just did some kind of magic thing and just made it Colin Farrell again? You know, like in the first one. You know what I mean? How he was disguised in the Colin Farrell persona before he revealed himself.
I still think it should be Johnny Depp, but I'm cool with Mads Mikkelsen, honestly.
Okay.
I'm definitely cool with Mads Mikkelsen. The only thing Mads Mikkelsen's ever done that I did not like was Hannibal Rising.
Yeah.
Hannibal Rising was garbage.
I think if he does it, he's in talks, but I think if he gets it, he would do a good job.
I agree.
Yeah, he does. Like, he's very versatile.
He might do good in the Hannibal series. I've not watched it. That's something that's on my watch list.
Yeah.
But again, like the only thing that I've not liked from him has literally been Hannibal Rising, and that was just because it was something we didn't need it.
Yeah, even when we don't have good movies with Mads, like he's always good in them. Like he's one of those guys. And like I hated that Netflix Polar movie. I didn't think that was good at all, but he was really good in it was called Polar. He was like an assassin. But I didn't think it was very good, but he was good.
Is he in Dark?
I don't know. I haven't watched that yet, so
Dark is pretty good.
Yeah, I hear it's good.
He has a doppelganger in Dark, if anything.
Yeah. But yeah, my point is I think that Mads does a really by the way, did you know that his brother, I think his name's Kevin Mikkelsen, voices Thrawn in Rebels?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah.
Okay. The guy that I'm thinking of that kind of looks like Mads is Oliver Masucci.
Okay. Then not him.
He's a German actor.
Gotcha. But my whole thing here was I just think for me, honestly, my preference would have been if they'd switched back into the Colin Farrell persona like they had in the first one, because like one of my favorite parts of that first movie was Colin Farrell, like honestly, like because I was like, yeah, he's cool, especially once you find out he's like the villain of it. You're like, oh man, he's really cool. And you find out it's Grindelwald and it's Johnny Depp, which is an even bigger surprise, and it's cool, but you're like kind of bummed because we're not going to see Colin Farrell in these anymore. And I thought Colin Farrell just really knocked it out of the park with that first one, so there's that bummer to it. So yeah.
Recast Johnny Depp. Fire Emma Heard. Or whatever the fuck her name is.
Ever heard? Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck her name is.
Listen, I don't wish anybody being fired. I mean, innocent, guilty, innocent
until proven
guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. We got to be fair. But listen, this has been fun. This has been a fun show.
It has.
We've been talking a lot, been ranting a lot. Fun times. And unfortunately, the show part has to end. Otherwise, we're going to be going for 3 hours. So,
God, it really has been that long, hasn't it?
Yeah. So we're gonna. Well, it's been an hour and a half to be honest, but
I'm tired. Not gonna lie to you.
No, it's fine. We're wrapping it up. All right. So thank you guys for joining. I've been Don Martino. Once again, this has been Ian Schick. Once again, Ian, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and YouTube as well as Jutacular Ian. Dom will link me, and also Fire Emma Heard.
Well, I noticed I didn't link you in the last one, by the way. And
yeah, you did, you bastard.
I got to do that. It was an oversight on my part, so I'll make sure that gets done. I'm sorry about that, but I will do it on this one for sure. I'll double check, but
Fire Emma Heard.
Amber Heard.
Who the fuck cares?
Anyway, so guys, thank you for joining. I've been Dom Martino. This has been Dom's Corner, and I will see you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. Bye bye.